Hi, my name's Kelsey and this is Maximum Ride. We thought it would be nice to talk about the pansy today since fall is in the air and that's when you normally see people planting this beautiful flower. So sometimes the word violet can be used interchangeably for pansy, and the pansy actually came from selective breeding of different violets with a couple other flowers. And so the main difference with these two flowers is you'll see the pansy has 4 petals up and 1 petal down, and the violet has 3 petals up and 2 petals down. Now some people say the pansy looks like a face. I've looked at them. I think they're beautiful flowers. Don't really see that. But anyways, I was looking at a lot of different stories and lore. It seems like a lot of different cultures have stories about the pansy flower. So one thing I've noticed is they do tend to be sad, a lot of them, or they talk about love. And the word pansy actually came from a French word, and it translates basically to think of, or to think of you. And so people used to give these flowers and it would mean that they are thinking of you. Little fun fact is a white pansy would symbolize, if you get someone, let's take a chance. And the bluish purple pansy would symbolize devotion. And so this first story is actually from Germany and Scotland area. And so this one goes that there is a young maiden named Anne, and she met her true love. And so they made plans to get married, but he had to leave. And he promised her that he would come back for her. So she got everything ready, and she waited for him, and she would go out to the road and see if he was coming, yet he never came back. And so there's 3 colors on this one pansy that they're talking about. White would be the hope that Anne had for her future. Yellow would symbolize her waiting, yet. And she waited a long time, yet he never came back. And purple would symbolize her deep sadness. And eventually it said she was so sad. And this is where the story, there's different versions of this part of the story. One part says that she died from sadness, and that is where the pansy came from. These purple, yellow, and white flowers grew up on her grave. Now the other part of the story, which is a little bit happier but still sad, says that she's still out there waiting for her true love, and that she actually turned into this violet and is still out by the road waiting for him to come back. Now another story, and this one, from what I could tell, is around from Germany area, and it says that, now but you should know most pansies do not have a scent. And so this story actually tells about how the pansy lost its scent. So anyways, it was said that the pansy had such a beautiful scent that people come from miles around it, follow the smell just to pick the pansy. And there are so many people that came that are attracted by the pansy's wonderful smell that eventually all the grass was trampled and there was none left for the cows to eat. And so the flower, feeling bad, turned its petals up to the heavens and asked God for help, because it was sad that the cows no longer had anything to eat. And so what happened is God took away its beautiful fragrance, but in exchange for its selflessness, God gave it 3 beautiful colors, yellow, white, and purple. So this flower now had great beauty and was still not a plain flower, even though it no longer had a beautiful scent. So I hope you have enjoyed today, learning a little bit about the pansy. Now again, I did not put the disclaimer at the beginning of this video, but this is not medical or safety advice. It's just meant to inspire you and to get your interest on the beautiful pansy. So I've actually looked into health benefits and what you can do with the pansy. Now, it is edible, Some people say the flower doesn't have a lot of taste. Other people say it's an acquired taste because it has a bit of a grassy aftertaste. Some people will use it on salads or for desserts, or you can sugarcoat it to make it sweet and beautiful and put on a cake. Now, I haven't really seen a lot of health benefits from what I could find, but it's supposed to be anti-inflammatory. You can make a tea from it. But since it's so closely related to the violet, I figured I'd talk about what the violet was good for. It's a little bit more information. Now again, not all violets are edible. Some of them are poisonous. And don't eat yellow ones. Alright, so the ones I'm talking about are the wild violet. Again, that's not the botanical name for it. And you need to do your own research because, again, not all violets are edible. But it's actually supposed to be very soothing for the skin, and you can actually make an infusion or a tea from the leaves of the violet. It's supposed to be good if you have dandruff, eczema, it's supposed to help with, so that's very cool. Particularly if you have violets that you can't quite get rid of, the wild ones in your lawn, because they have those nice waxy leaves. So they're very resilient, shall we say. But there's a lot of cool uses for them. Now again, the flower is edible on these wild blue violets, and you can make syrups from it. It's supposed to be good for coughs, clear the lungs of congestion. Let's see, is there anything else? Anti-inflammatory again. And let's see, I think that's all I can remember. There wasn't a huge long list on it. So I hope you have enjoyed this little chat while I ride about the pansy. You got to learn a little bit about some violets. Alright, have a great day.